folks, today we're going to talk about individuality. Yeah, you. And these are just going to be my ideas. So when I'm working with clients, and this goes for us too, when I say something, imagine that there's a table between us. I'm putting it on the table. You come up to the table, just like a buffet at a picnic, and you say, am I hungry for that? Does that taste good? Is that for me? Look, folks, I'm not trying to tell anybody anything. I'm just talking. I'll put it here. Take what's yours. So here's my theory about why it's important that you allow yourself to fucking love yourself. In fact, if you adore you, oh buddy, it's good for everybody. I'm gonna talk through 3 different ways to think about it so you give permission to yourself to love you. So behold, model 1 is that of gears. You're gonna have to use your imagination, but these are gears that are fitted into each other. Folks, bro, we live on one fucking space rock together. Let's think about it. You share a household with people. Some of them are really messy. Others are loud. It creates strain in the environment. That strain ultimately feeds back to the person that's messy or loud. It doesn't suit them ultimately to create or have tension in the house. If they had greater self-awareness of their impact on other people, they might behave differently. They don't. They create problems for other people, which ultimately creates problems for them. That's our environment. That's our world. We're all here together. We're all feeding into each other. If you're not taking care of yourself and you're not bringing good energy to the party, it takes down the household. That's why it's important for you to acknowledge the importance of your gear in the overall gear system, because it affects the way everything else turns. If you minimize what's good for you and you put undue strain on you, while it might be cute and you could get a cool martyr badge in the interim, the rest of this fucking grid suffers. Our second illustration. We're looking at the side view of 2 gardens. For this illustration, imagine that there are oodles of gardens on gardens on gardens. This is the garden that you're in charge of. This is the garden that your friend's in charge of. It might seem like a good idea to give away everything from your garden, but then how will it grow? If you give away all the tomatoes, will you have seeds to plant new tomatoes? If you're not properly taking care of this, will you have anything to give to the community? This is your individual self. This is, to me, what God put you in charge of. Not their fucking garden, your fucking garden. And you get to decide, because you're the only one who knows what it needs to thrive. And maybe you haven't had time to look at that or resources. That's okay, baby. That's okay. When you start to ask the question, what does my garden need to thrive? You can start to shift your decisions that direction. It doesn't have to be an overnight overhaul. We are a reasonable channel here. We love nuance. Now for our third one. This is your tools bag. It was supposed to be a box, but it got this handle. We'll go with it. And this is the world. I've got a couple videos of what I mean when I say God as a shorthand. You can plug in life or universe or spirit, or, we're this closed loop system. So whatever that is, and maybe more, I don't know. In any case, who you are, and remember, this is just my theory. I'm just putting this on the desk and we take what you like. You have this bag of tools that you're in charge of. And this is your passion, your desire, what you're drawn to, what you feel, what lights you up, all that stuff. Those are your tools to make light. When you make light, you shine. And that helps this guy over here, the world. Sometimes it's helpful to separate yourself from yourself if you have a shitty background, because you might not value or know how to value your tools or yourself because the people around you didn't. Nobody taught you how to value yourself because they didn't value themselves and they didn't know how to value you. And so you don't think you're valuable on some level, which is silly because you are a bag of tools from God. You get what I'm saying? So sometimes it's helpful to think of it like you're in charge of these and you have to take care of them because they're special. And part of your toolkit is your heart and your well-being. We need you. And so those are my 3 examples as to why it's okay to value your individuality and to take care of yourself, buddy. We need you.